mentioned Lidl as being one of your sponsors. Is it hard to get sponsors nowadays?
I think companies in general are looking for a little bit more than just advertising, and obviously we're in the advertising business with the magazines, and if you can offer them something that has a huge added value, something like Mum of the Year will have traction on TV. It's also local, so somebody like Lidl, who is very locally based, there's a good pickup regionally on it, and you're giving them something different to plain newspaper type advertising. Following that, then we have the Irish Tatler Spa Awards. Now they again are voted by the public, and we have a panel of expert judges. All of the qualifying top 20 spas would have been reviewed in the last number of months, and again that's in the Four Seasons in June. Our past winners include People's Choice would have been Mount Wolsey, Monarch, of course, having won Spa, Condé Nast Spa of the World, have also won twice the Irish Tatler Spa of the Year.
Great.
Some wonderful offerings, I think, in spas up and down the country.
Absolutely. And of course, that's 2 events now in June. What about the Ultimate Girls' Day Out? Is that still happening?
Girls' Day Out is the last weekend in August in the RDS, and if the last 5 years are anything to go by, we will have 12,000 happy shopping women over the weekend. Excellent fashion shows on, all the latest trends for the winter on the fashion shows, and about 100 plus exhibitors in the hall. And of course we have Restaurant of the Year awards coming up. Again, at this point in time, all the restaurants, all the public are voting for the restaurants, both online and through voting cards through the restaurants. We will be sitting in the next week or two, judging panel of all the best food writers, Board Bia, our sponsors as well. We'll be sitting down and going through those, and the chef, both regional and overall chef of the year, and restaurant, both regional and overall restaurant of the year, will be chosen at the end of
Great. So loads happening then, Michael.
Loads happening in our events.
Okay, and I just want to ask you quickly then, I know we've got Tatler, but what other titles do you have?
Woman's Way, 50 years old at the moment, You Magazine, Food and Wine Magazine, and Irish Tatler, the oldest magazine in the country. It's 1898 it was launched.
Great. Michael Fitzpatrick from Harmonia, thanks very much for joining us, and the very best of luck with the rest of the show today.
Thank you very much.
I'm delighted to be joined now by Margaret Nelson, who's one of the speakers here today. Margaret is the CEO of FM 104. Thanks for joining us.
Hi there, how are you?
Very well, thank you. And what's your involvement here today, Margaret?
Nora Casey is a friend of mine, and she asked me to get involved here this afternoon because it's about, I suppose, media and young people as well. So I'm delighted to be involved this afternoon.
Great. And are you going to have a very sort of incentivised speech?
I don't actually know, to be honest. I mean, genuinely, FM 104 employs just over 100 people, and they're mostly young, enthusiastic, energetic young people. So I think that's why Nora asked me to come down to talk to some of the people here this afternoon, just to see what we do and how we do it. So I'm delighted to be here this afternoon. Beautiful venue, gorgeous sunny afternoon, so it's fantastic.
I know, lovely. And just tell us a little bit then, Margaret, how did you set up and become the CEO of FM 104?
Well, I start off, I'm from Ennis, County Clare. I'm from the west of Ireland.
Good.
And I came to Dublin when I was, many years ago. I'm not actually going to give you those figures. And I worked my way up. 5 years ago, UTV bought FM 104 for a record price of around 52 million, which is an amazing price for a Dublin radio station. And they appointed me as chief executive. And I've changed around what we do and how we do it, and we've been hugely successful for the last 5 years, so it's been fantastic. So we're now the biggest radio station in Dublin. We're young, we're enthusiastic, we're energetic, and we've got lots of comedy going on. So I think that's why. I think that's one of the successes of FM 104.
Have you had a lot of challenges in the last couple of years with the recession?
Yeah, who hasn't? You know, I earn a lot less money and I work a lot harder than I've ever done before, but I love it. I love it. And the team of people in the radio station, they're a great team of people, and we're all working together, and we're really, really successful. So I'm so proud of everybody. So it's great.
Brilliant. Margaret Nelson, CEO of FM 104. Thanks very much for joining us. So I'm delighted to be joined now by Doireann, who's actually won the amazing €20,000 package here today at the Women in Business Conference. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm still shaking. So excited.
So how does it feel? I mean, what did you get? Let's see.
Okay, so I got, it's €20,000. It's worth 20,000 altogether. It's a €10,000 package for advertising at the Curragh on the 24th of August. So we sponsor a full race, I think, and then we present the prize and we have our own box and all that kind of thing. And then we have...
I'm just going to hold that up to the
yeah.
camera, sorry, so people can see.
Then we have with Harmonia. I actually need to open it and read exactly what it is, but with Harmonia we get more advertising with them. And then there's 2 return flights with Etihad. I'm not sure if it's to Abu Dhabi or whatever it is. It's whatever it is.
Fantastic. Why do you think you won?
Well, the competition was to tweet inspired at Tatler Irish Biz by. So you basically just have to say what you were inspired by today. So I did about 10 tweets, and then I was kind of quoting people who had been speaking throughout the day, and you know the things that they had said that I had felt inspired by. And then I kind of said maybe I should try and encompass everything that's been said today. And I actually can't even remember what it was I said, but it was 3 different things that people had said, and I kind of rounded it off and said, you know, I was totally inspired overall, and that's the one that won. So I'm
Fantastic. So you must have been delighted when your name was called out.
couldn't believe it. Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. Super. Such a boost.
And what's your, I suppose, thing here today? What's your business?
I should have said that first. It's Dublin Bay Cruises. So it's my dad's company that he started about 4 weeks ago. They started sailing. So it's cruises that run from Howth to Dunleary, Dunleary to Howth 4 times a day. So himself and his brothers have been running the cruises that go under the Cliffs of Moher and to the Aran Islands for many years now. So my dad decided to branch that out into Dublin. He said, you know, there's no cruise that runs along, and it's so gorgeous, Dublin Bay. So he said, why not this new amenity? It seems like a good thing to do. So he's decided to launch that, and it's running throughout the summer until the end of October.
Brilliant. And just tell us quickly, is it one large passenger boat? Is it a cruiser? What exactly is it?
It's 100 passengers can be on board. So you can be inside or outside.
Day and night.
It runs at 11 and 3 from Dunleary, 1 and 5 from Howth. And it's a 75-minute cruise along the bay. So if we get the weather, obviously it'll be fantastic.
But it's a covered-in boat?
You can be inside or outside, yes. It's covered in as well. And there's a little bar on board.
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Well, this is going to be such a boost to your daddy's business. This is just going to be, wow, what a day to have come and won €20,000. Brilliant, Darren.
Amazing.
Very best of luck, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be joined now by Aubrey from Etihad Airlines. Thank you for joining us. How did the day go for you?
Oh, it's been a fantastic day. It's actually been a very inspiring day. I flew in yesterday from Abu Dhabi for the conference, and it's just been fantastic to see so many great women here. And it's interesting because a lot of us who are on the panels today think alike, think very much alike, and that it's all about passion, it's all about loving what you do and pushing yourself that extra bit. But it's been a great networking day as well.
And what do you do in Etihad?
I'm Vice President of Guest Services at Etihad. I'm responsible for 3,500 people in the air and about 200 people on the ground. It incorporates all cabin crew, recruitment, training, operations, performance management, service delivery, product and service, and also 7 lounges worldwide.
And how did you get into that line of work?
I started off as cabin crew myself many, many years ago. And then throughout the years, I just progressed within the company, not with Etihad. I started with another Gulf carrier. And I took the opportunities when they came along to educate myself within aviation. And I just pushed myself. I stayed with Gulf Air. I went through training in Gulf Air. I worked in various other departments. Then I moved to a private jet company where I was responsible for product, catering, crew, training, service, the whole lot.
So you've really worked your way up from
all
ground
the
up.
way. Yes, all the way.
And what's your feedback been from the women that you met here today?
Fantastic women, very talented women. And I think for us, it's about pushing the younger generation now to go out there and don't just do a job for the sake of doing it. Find the one that you really love and the passion, and push yourself as far as you can go to have confidence. It's about finding that confidence button and pushing it. And once they find that confidence button, it's fantastic.
I suppose when somebody has a natural interest in doing something, that shines through.
It's true, it's absolutely true. But it's about grasping it and keep going with it and keep pushing. You might get knocked back every so often, but you've got to keep going. But it's all about confidence and passion.
Great. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I'm delighted to be joined now by Nora Casey. Nora, thanks very much and congratulations on today.
Thank you. It's different. I think having been to so many conferences, I'm conscious of death by PowerPoint, and people standing at podiums and talking at you. So it was meant to be a dialogue, a conversation with some fairly senior women. Amazing to have Rona Mani, the master of, Hollow Street, sitting next to Margaret Sweeney, who set up Postbank and, as she was saying there, ran, the airport the day 9/11, had all the planes in the air, people who started their own business. It's just been a fabulous session and a great insight, I think, for young women as to how they too might get to the top.
Great, and I suppose good tips and advice then in the workshops as well later on.
Yeah, there's lots of very practical stuff. So I suppose the inspirational sessions are in plenary here in the conference hall. And my challenge was to eke and ease out of all these women what made them different. What kind of leadership skills they had. Was there one thing that happened that they could pass on to other people? Whereas the workshops are really practical. Enterprise Ireland talking about how you can avail of funding and help and assistance. Lovely Paula Fitzsimons going for growth, talking about how if you've got a business, how you get it to the next level. So very practical sessions, very good ideas for people, whether they're working in business or they're trying to start their own business.
And of course you've got over 400 delegates. Do you think that's a symptom of the recession? Are more people keen to get advice?
I actually think it's about the right tone for the conference because we wanted it to be very positive. My own mantra is fulfill your potential. Don't allow life to pass you by and then suddenly realise that you haven't done what you really wanted to do. So when you look out at the audience, you've got young women, you've got graduates, you've got more mature women, you've got all sorts of people from all sorts of walks of life, not just from business but from the professions as well, who I guess all have that sense, I want to fulfill my potential, I want to do what God, nature, my parents gave me and make sure that before it's too late I don't achieve it.
And of course you're on News Talk as well. Busy woman.
I think I'm a prime example of somebody, to be perfectly honest, who was drifting a little till life gave me my own little sideswipe. When my husband died 18 months ago, I'm living a different chapter, not the one I asked for. But by the way, it also gave me a kick and said, maybe you're not finished doing what you're doing. And I was at the time running my own business and investment companies. And yeah, I've reinvented myself completely. I'm on News Talk every morning. I do lots of work with RT1 and RT2. Love every single thing that I do, and I've really challenged myself, so I'm a good example of somebody who quite late in life has found myself with more bosses than I've ever had before, ever, and also doing things that frankly terrified me when I started doing them first, and I was still prepared to take the risk.
And you've embraced it and you've made it work and you're making it work.
Yeah, I think that, my message to a lot of women is sometimes you have to be very courageous and very brave. And it isn't comfortable. I mean, for me, it was nerve-wracking, and the whole world was watching me. So if I didn't pull it off, I knew that it would be very, very difficult for me. So take risks. Sometimes they pay off, and even if they don't, you learn enormous amounts from the failures. I've always said that. I mean, it's not my successes that define me. It's definitely all the things I did wrong that I've learned from. So sometimes women, for a variety of reasons, they're not confident, they don't put themselves forward, sometimes they don't. The first session this morning was lots of very amazing women, the Vice President of Etihad Guest Services and Danuta Gray, who's chair of O2 Europe, saying, what I learned was you have to say what you want. For the first time I sort of said, I'm going to go to my boss and say I want to go to Germany and I want to run the business in Germany. So the message was very much, don't hide it. If you're brilliant, don't assume people will recognise it unless you yourself are prepared to stand up and say, I'm really good, I can do better for you, and this is what I want you to do with me.
Great, Nora. I suppose just to wrap it up then, finally, you have an awards ceremony then at the end of the day?
We have 20,000 worth of a business package that we're giving away to one lucky woman, and that comprises of lots of advertising with our own magazines, but also 2 flights with Etihad, which is amazing, and we also have the Curragh have given us an amazing sponsorship package. So if you want to market your product, then this is an amazing way to do it.
Brilliant.
Tailor-made marketing package.
Fantastic. So €20,000, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good prize, and all they had to do is tweet. So we're trending on Twitter. So just tweet who inspired them, how they've been inspired by the morning session. So it's great. We're getting lots of really good feedback from the audience.
Brilliant. Nora Casey, entrepreneur extraordinaire. Thank you very much, and the best of luck with the rest of today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We're going to have to say goodbye now from the Convention Centre in Dublin. We hope you enjoyed the highlights and the interviews from the Women in Business seminar. Join us next time on Fashion and Lifestyle.